2019 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat Red-Eye driven. Putting a little demon in the Hellcat. When real-life superhero Joey Chestnut inhaled 66 hot dogs in just 12 minutes in 2007 to obliterate the 53.75 dog record of six-time defending champion Takeru Tsunami Kobayashi, the victory marked the beginning of his journey, not the end. America, after all, is a fickle sweetheart with a short memory, and today's feat of ludicrous magnitude is just tomorrow's punchline. How else do you explain Dodge's following up its 707 HP Challenger SRT Hellcat with a Red-Eye version making 797 horsepower? Or, maybe, the brand simply figured it had to capitalize on go-fast engine know-how gleaned from the limited production 2018 Dodge Challenger SRT Demon, an 808 HP, quarter-mile annihilating beast that, optioned properly, offered 840 horsepower when running on 100-octane fuel. It might not outdo that beast, but the Red-Eye certainly will prolong the Challenger's time in the spotlight. Highs. Massive power, comfortable for an aging muscle car. Lows. Wide body package essentially amounts to fender flares, about as discreet as a pro wrestler in a convent. Larger supercharger. The semi-demonized V8 in the 2019 Challenger SRT Hellcat Red-Eye gets, as Joe Dirt liked to say, the good stuff. That means, compared with the 707 HP Hellcat V8, it gets a larger airbox that inhales from three subtle sources: the new, fully functional dual snorkel hood, the driver's side air catcher headlamp, check out the new internal graphics in the gallery, and an inlet near the left front wheel liner. A larger supercharger, 2.7 liters compared with the standard Hellcat's 2.4 liters, provides increased boost pressure, 14.5 psi versus 11.6 psi. An updated fuel injection system with two dual-stage fuel pumps supplants the normal Hellcat Solo unit. Engine internals are fortified with strengthened connecting rods and pistons, a high-speed valve train, and an improved lubrication system to help it rev to its 6,500 RPM red line, 300 revs north of the Hellcat 6,200. Rated at 797 horsepower and 717 lb-ft of torque, the Red-Eye packs 90 more ponies and 54 lb-ft of extra torque compared with the standard Hellcat. The Red-Eye also ups the gluttony factor, with Dodge claiming that, at full throttle, its 6.2-liter V8 can drain its 18.5-gallon fuel tank in 11 minutes, whereas a regular Hellcat requires 13.4 minutes. The trio of air sources provides an 18% greater flow rate, but the real benefits come from the crafty SRT power chiller that uses the car's air conditioning system to cool the incoming air by passing it through a radiator and by directing the chilled coolant to heat exchangers for the supercharger. Standard across the Hellcat lineup for 2019 is the after-run chiller, which keeps the engine fan and low-temperature circuit cooling pump running after shutdown to minimize heat soak effects and shorten intervals between quarter-mile runs by keeping supercharger and inlet temperatures under control. Both can be monitored via the SRT Performance Pages menu in the Uconnect Center touchscreen. The Red-Eye is the only non-demon in the Challenger lineup to get both the SRT power chiller and the after-run chiller. The single transmission choice is the ZF8 HP 98-speed automatic with an upgraded torque converter borrowed from the Demon for an 18% gain in torque multiplication over its standard SRT sibling. A high-strength steel prop shaft provides a 15% increase in torque capacity, and upgraded 41-spline half-shafts offer a 20% increase. A 2.62, 1 limited slip final drive is standard, but serious strip rats can order a shorter 3.09, 1 for increased launch intensity. Speaking of drag strips, Dodge's collection of fun features designed to simplify the sweet science of launching a car are included here. Launch Assist reduces wheel hop-induced loads in the driveline by up to 20% for clean getaways. Torque Reserve charges the intake with boost pressure and manages fuel and timing to provide 3.9 psi of boost and up to 55% more torque on step off. Launch control holds the engine at optimal RPM for 5 to 10 seconds before the driver initiates the launch by stepping off the brake pedal, and line lock holds the car at a standstill by engaging the front brakes while leaving the rear tires free to spin themselves into orbs of hot, gooey tar. The line lock feature also can modulate pressure to facilitate a rolling burnout. Ride the Redeye. Like the Challenger Hellcat, the Redeye is capable of alternating between a docile transportation device and an all-out destroyer of reputations and tires. The smell of burning rubber is available on demand. Shifts can hit a little hard even at light throttle openings, but when you consider the amount of torque going to the rear wheels, it seems somehow forgivable. The 3-mode Bilstein adaptive dampers from the Hellcat are standard in the Redeye and provide a reasonable ride for a vehicle wearing 305/35 ZR20 Pirelli P0 tires, just as it demonstrated in our previous Hellcat tests. Non-wide-body Hellcats, including the Redeye version, wear 275/40 ZR20 tires. Standard electrically assisted power steering makes turning those massive tires a breeze at slow speeds, although it can feel a bit fidgety and over-assisted between 20 and 60 miles per hour. Highway speeds above 65 miles per hour blur into insignificance, and the quiet interior and relative heft of the vehicle, expect close to 4,500 pounds, making it the heaviest road-going Challenger available, conspire with its surfeit of power to compress the speed of travel into 50 mph blocks of consequence. The sensations at the helm are largely the same at 70 miles per hour as they are around 120 miles per hour, and things don't get really interesting until 150 miles per hour or so. Even then, however, any drama is largely due to the speed of the scenery racing past rather than any nervous behavior at the wheel. Claimed top speed is 203 miles per hour. Although tearing up road courses will never be at the top of its resume, the Challenger SRT Hellcat Redeye nonetheless proved an entertaining companion for several rounds of lapping the Club Motorsports track in Tamworth, New Hampshire. Acceleration is a given, and Dodge's claims of 10.8-second quarter miles at 131 miles per hour for the Redeye wide-body seem optimistic given that we've never come close to duplicating SRT's claims in our testing. Non-wide-body Challenger Redeyes complete the same in a claimed 11.1 seconds at 131 miles per hour. Given the size, heft, and power of the vehicle, we were, after a few sessions to familiarize ourselves with both vehicle and circuit, quite surprised at how receptive the big wide body was to being tossed around the 15-corner circuit. It turns in obediently, but as with most vehicles, it's a rather one-way conversation. Compared with previous Hellcats we've driven, however, it feels far more secure and forgiving in the corners, although that feeling can easily be undone with a clumsy application of the accelerator. Braking played the crucial role here. The SRT Brembo 6-piston front calipers bite down hard on the 15.4-inch rotors, featuring an aluminum hat-and iron friction surface, while Brembo 4-pot calipers do the same with 13.8-inch rotors in the rear. Easy to modulate and consistent in feel, they remove speed with the same eagerness with which the V8 adds it. The key takeaway is the complete lack of fade, although we were instructed to take every third lap in cool-down mode. Knowing this, we defaulted to a style favoring heavy braking on entry with a heavy throttle coming out of corners. While perhaps not the quickest way around the track, it provided plenty of smiles in the cabin. If you can't have a little tail-wagging fun in a car like this, what's the point? Dodge's price for in the Challenger Hellcat Redeye is no stripped-out drag racer. Referred to as the 27Z package in Dodge speak, the $11,000 Redeye package brings the Hellcat's price to $72,745, including a $1,700 gas guzzler tax. For that sum, you get the demonized engine with the 2.62 rear axle ratio, a 220 mph primary speedometer, the SRT power trailer, and the all-important reddening of the eyes on each of the vehicle's Hellcat badges. Going wide-body on any Challenger is a $6,000 proposition, and while it brings with it 11.0 by 20-inch aluminum wheels and 305/35 ZR20 all-season performance tires, our car was outfitted with the aforementioned Pirelli P0 summer tires for an additional $695. Bringing the total to a kind of crazy $79,440. But that's just for the good stuff. Dodge offers plenty of options for those looking to build a grand tourer. Think a little sun would be nice. Budget $1,995 for a sunroof. Interested in blind spot and rear cross path detection, power mirrors, HID headlamps? Bring another $1,095 for the driver convenience group. How does 18-speaker Harman Kardon premium audio with trunk-mounted subwoofer and amp sound? Maybe good enough to part with another $1,595. Spend enough time poking around the configurator, and you can find a way to option a Challenger Hellcat Red-Eye past the $90K mark. Need we remind you that the 2018 Challenger SRT Demon that spun the Red-Eye wears, if you can find one selling for anywhere near list, a sticker of $86,340, or $86,341 with the Demon crate. But again, who's counting? Essentially, Dodge has done the classic hot rodder engine swap, taking one of its most powerful engines and plopping it into an already notorious and readily available model. It's a tried and true formula guaranteed to make some noise, but it will need to continue to innovate or risk slipping off its perch. As for our hero Joey Chestnut, he recently placed second in an ice cream eating contest at the Indiana State Fair.